The major question for the Minnesota Vikings heading into their Week 3 showdown against the formerly low-energy Detroit Lions was who was going to replace superstar safety Harrison Smith on the back end of that defense. Harrison suffered a concussion against Philly, was ruled out against the Lions. Was it going to be veteran backup and special teams standout Josh Metellus or rookie first-round pick Lewis Cine? It went to Metellus, and he did okay. He had a pretty damn good day, man. Called game there at the end after a mulligan on the interception, picking off Jared Goff, sealing the win for the Vikings. And Josh Metellus, Michigan man, he had a day. Played all the defensive snaps in place of Harrison. 11 tackles, 2 run stops, 2 passes broken up, including a key third down. Also had an interception, plus an 82.7 PFF grade, second best on the Vikings defense that day, as well as a 46.3 quarterback rating when thrown at, which is pretty damn good. So I'm really happy for Josh Metellus, man, because he was in an absolute no-win situation. Because, number one, he was replacing superstar Harrison Smith, which is a tall order in itself. And also, the fans wanted to see first-round pick Lewis Cine because we fans, we have a short attention span, and we want it now, we want it now. So we're very much a microwave culture versus a crock pot culture. If a first-round pick doesn't start within his first 2 games, he's a bust. He's an absolute bust. So there's already a lot of pressure on Metellus. If Josh Metellus is so good, how come he wasn't starting over Cameron Bynum? Blah, 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 all that stuff. So I'm so happy for Josh Metellus, man. A guy who works hard, coaches absolutely love him, stand out on special teams, getting a chance to start on defense, man, and he showed up and showed out. And according to Kevin Seifert, ESPN NFL Nation Vikings beat writer, who was not Carl Gerbschmidt, the Vikings' plan was to use both Josh Metellus and Lewis Cine in place of Harrison Smith today. In the end, Metellus played all 76 defensive snaps. Cine played 15 snaps on special teams, but none on defense per ESPN Stats and Info. Player participation tracking. And this was after Lewis Cine. Time will tell. Of course, players, when they're not getting the time of day, just sending a message to the fans with those cryptic tweets. Lewis Cine is going to be fine. Lewis Cine is going to be an absolute monster, man. But happy for Josh Metellus, because here's the thing about Lewis Cine. I know a lot of fans out there are like, oh, why'd they draft Lewis Cine if they're so stacked at safety? Why wouldn't they? If Lewis Cine was number 32 on the Vikings draft board, if Lewis Cine was number 1 on the Vikings draft board when they drafted at 32, why wouldn't they take him? Drafting for need keeps you drafting for need. Set your draft board and then trust your board and go from there. It's so wrong just assembling talent with this team. Such a stupid, short-sighted mindset. Plus, hey, Harrison Smith, stud now, can't play forever. So, what's the difference between if Lewis Cine starts within his first 2 games or if he starts in year 3? Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect his caliber of play. But like we said, Lewis Cine not getting the time of day now because of multiple knee injuries, getting tweaked up. That does factor in. And also, Harrison Smith, still a superstar. Cameron Bynum, Cam Beasley, is an absolute stud. Fantastic find last season by Rick Spielman on his way out the door. Josh Metellus played out of his gourd in place of Harrison Smith in his first career start. So it's not like Josh Metellus is out here stinking up the joint. It's not like Harrison Smith is looking slow. It's not like Cameron Bynum is looking like garbage and the Lewis Cine is just sitting. This ain't that. The Vikings defense certainly needs work, but they are stacked and jacked for talent at safety. So it's not an aspersion on Lewis Cine. Can't we just be happy for Josh Metellus, man? Can't we just do that? But no, of course, we're Vikings fans, so of course we have to be miserable. But I'm happy. I'm happy for Josh Metellus, man. Calling game after his mulligan, just getting things done. And all this being said, hopefully Harrison is good to go for the Saints game. And hopefully Josh Metellus only sees the field in special teams. But, hey, we know now. Josh Metellus, year 3, studly in his performance. But Lewis Cine is going to be coming around the outside as well. So the Vikings, can't we just say that we have a bunch of really good safeties? Can't it be that? But no, of course it can't be because we're Vikings fans. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Josh Metellus have himself a big-time game. First career start against the Lions. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.